at the base of a very unique falls. Basically doesn't even exist on maps. Never seen a photo of it before. I don't know anyone else that's been here. We've been chipping away at this mission over 5 hours now. This is dead set the fattest leech I've ever seen. Look at the size of it! The creek's got its little challenges here and there. The boulders get big, you gotta scramble around. And I had doubts we'd even make it to the very base of the falls. And here we are, lucky enough to be standing at the base of it. We've just drove up into the ranges. We're in the heart of the rainforest. And we're literally just parked the car on the side of the road. There's no easy way to start this mission. Just heading straight into the thick of it. Where we parked the car was an entry point into a side creek that leads into the main creek that we want to follow down, that leads to the waterfall we're trying to get to. But we found, as expected, the creek was very slow and tedious to walk through with all the mossy, slippery rocks and the thick vegetation. So we've decided to move away from the creek up onto a bit of a ridge to try find some more open scrub that's quicker and easier to walk through. That nice open bush didn't last very long at all. It never does. And now I don't know if you can tell, but we're just in the absolute thick of it right now. Just trying to weave our way through it all and find the easiest paths to walk through.
It's always clear on the other side.
It's always clearer wherever you're not, eh?
Yeah. But I need to go back a bit over that.
So we've been cutting across here away from the creek, and now we're gonna start following down this ridge here where that line goes back down onto the creek. We've made it down into the creek, and now we've just got the seemingly simple process of following it down for about 2.5 to 3.5 k's, depending on how much ducking and weaving out of the creek we got to do. This waterfall that we're chasing is as off-grid as it gets. It's completely unnamed and unmarked on topographic maps. I found it by looking on satellite imagery, and I've never seen a photo of it before, and I don't know anyone else who's ever been to these falls before. That's not to say no one else has been there. I'm not claiming that. I'm just saying that we don't know of anyone else who's been there, and we've never seen a photo of it. So it's a really unique waterfall to seek out and try get to, and these are the kinds of places that I'm most inspired by. Dead set the fattest leech I've ever seen. I felt something funny on my leg, and I looked down and there's this huge brown lump poking out from my knee. So I'm just about to get it out and see how thick this thing is. That's where it was sucking away. Oh! Look at the size of it! How's that for a fat one? Get a close up of it. Oh, he's going again. So we're coming up to about the halfway mark between our starting point and the waterfall. And so far, this creek has been relatively cruisy to walk through. There's been a couple of little tricky, slow and tedious sections, but for the most part, we've been going at a solid pace. We just had to climb around these huge boulders, and once we got down to the other side of them, we found this huge cave here. These are the kind of awesome things you find when you go off track. The waterfall that we're chasing isn't technically on the creek that we've been following down, but now we've got to the point where another creek joins up with this creek that we've been walking on, and we're just going to head up that a couple hundred meters, and that'll take us straight to the big waterfall we're chasing. So we're right near it now. We can see it up through the trees. We've been chipping away at this mission over 5 hours now, and I had doubts we'd even make it to the very base of the falls, but here I stand. Woo! Not the most biggest or most impressive waterfall in the world, but I'd say this is such a unique spot, especially because it's so off-grid and so hidden and so rarely visited. And that's going to be it for this one. This is another epic mission, and there's plenty more like this on the way. So if you like this, stay tuned for what's to come, and I'll catch you on the next one.